Millionaire Mentorship call for February 17th, 2019. Wow, 2019. I'm still kind of getting used to, saying that. It's been such an amazing 2018, and 2019 has taken off with such a roar, but it's so early in the year right now, and I'm excited. I'm happy to be here again on the Millionaire Mentorship call. My name, for people that don't know, my name is Steve Martin, and I am together with my wife, Rhonda Martin. We are Black Diamonds inside of Organo, and actually been involved with the business Organo Gold since the very, very beginning, since 2008. Actually, we got started in the business in June. So this actually, the year 2019, will be our 11th year in this business. And I can tell you, ladies and gentlemen, it has been an amazing ride so far, but we are super excited about what is coming up in the next 10, 15, 20, 30, 50 years inside of this business with these amazing people that we have inside of this business that we call Organo today. And ladies and gentlemen, it's been an amazing year. Like I have said, 2018 went by so quickly. We had a lot of great wins. We had a lot of things that we got to experience inside of the Organo business in regards to events and trips and bonuses and things like that, and some changes that have happened inside the business. And it's just, it just keeps us excited and motivated to continue to keep moving forward in 2019 with what we've got coming up. I'm actually honored and privileged to be on the call here tonight. Again, I usually get an opportunity to share this platform with some amazing people from all over the world, as we do every week at this same time in this same place, Sunday evenings at 8 p.m. Central Standard Time. So wherever you are around the world, make those adjustments, because I know, ladies and gentlemen, that we have people that are tuning into these calls from literally all around the world in different time zones. Some places it's very late, and some places it's very early, even the next day. And it's pretty exciting when you really can use technology to connect and just share a message. And that's exactly what we do every week on the Millionaire Mentorship call. Is we just simply get together as a community, and we just share ideas, and we share stories, and we share we share our challenges, and we share strategies on the way that we have used, the strategies that we have used to build this business from day one. And I think that it's a very important, and I think it's a very wise thing for you being on the call here today. And if you're listening on one of the replays that we have now, of course, all of our calls are archived, and you can take a look at those and listen to those at your leisure, and even break those calls up into smaller segments if you don't have 1 hour of time to be able to do that inside of your day. So really, there is no excuses why you cannot get onto these calls every week. And as I was saying earlier, it's a privilege to be able to share this platform that has been going on consistently through the last 11 years. It's been consistent and persistent. Every single week you've been able to tune in to hear from some great mentors who not only have some great strategies and some great ways of explaining that and sharing their stories, but it also, ladies and gentlemen, these are people that have actually created significant amounts of results, income, personal development, and so on. And I can tell you that the people that you listen to on a weekly basis on these calls are not people that, have looked at Organo and said, one day I might, actually apply the things that I'm speaking about. These are people that are actually living every day on purpose, with a purpose. And just like to give a quick shout out to, some of the fellow panelists that we have on here today. And really, I like to consider this, not so much a call as more of a broadcast, that we're broadcasting to the world with a bigger platform. Of course, we've got great leaders on the call like Emmanuel Bernstein. We share the platform with people like Sam Bean and Rod Smith, and of course, amazing Blue Diamond, Mr. Edwin Haynes, and another great Blue Diamond, and truly a technician and an expert when it comes to an amazing treasure that we call Ganoderma. Of course, I'm speaking of our Dr. Bob Rakowski and his wife and his family. And of course, we have the amazing Blue Diamond family, Casey Nielsen Martin, Deanna Nielsen, Stephen Nielsen, who is on the call on a pretty regular basis as well. And of course, we share all of this with our amazing business partner, Mr. Holton Buggs, who truly has impacted so many people's lives around the world in so many different ways that we love to give thanks to that. And of course, the other two gentlemen that made all this possible for us to actually have this platform to meet here tonight and to actually build a business from home the way that we wish to. And that, of course, would be our CEO and founder, Mr. Bernardo Chua, and of course, our global master distributor, Mr. Shane Moran, fellow Canadians actually, and proud of that point as well. And as I was mentioned earlier, Rhonda and I have been in the business since June 2008, and it'll be, obviously in June, it'll be 11 years for us. And I can tell you that we have had the privilege and honor to be able to work with literally hundreds of thousands of people around the world and have them impact our lives positively as we've given back to them as well, and shared our knowledge and our experience with them to help them build businesses all around the world by using simple strategies, ladies and gentlemen, that everybody truly can do. And this Millionaire mentorship call is a very important, it's very important for you to use this time effectively by taking out a piece of paper and some or maybe more than a piece of paper, or like what I love to do is, I talk about it all the time, is I love to journal, and I journal all the time about all things so that I always have that available for me to review as I go through, my process to success. Because, ladies and gentlemen, we really never stop going through that process. And if you believe that you've arrived, you're not believing big enough, because there's always more that we can do, and there's always more that we can achieve if we truly believe just a little bit bigger. And I believe that that happiness is something that isn't for some people. It's not for someone, it's for everyone. And I believe that there's no way to happiness. Happiness just is the way, and you just need to start thinking that every single day. And I love the fact that we are able to actually decide how we want to feel every day inside of this business. And whenever you get on these calls, it's important that, you take those notes and you write down the things that might impact you throughout this conversation that we're going to have over the next 50 to 60 minutes. And just this call is for you, ladies and gentlemen. It's for you to, get your answers. And if it's something that on the call that impacted you, write it down and react and review it and become better with it. And if there's something on these calls that you're not getting enough of, or you still have questions, I highly encourage you to get back to the people that you're working with inside of this business, possibly the person that recommended you to get onto this call today, and just have conversations on success, because it's very important that you continue to do that. And it's a very simple thing to do, but it's also a very simple thing, as we've always heard, not to do. So a lot of the success that we are able to achieve inside of our lives has everything to do with the habits that we've created. So if you're getting the results and you're living the life that you picture, then you've obviously put together a system of success, and the things that you do every day are highly effective. But if you happen to be like the other 99.9% of the people in the world who are not quite there yet, but you're looking for that guidance, well, I highly encourage you to take a simple act of journaling and review every single day. And make sure that you're listening to the right people, the people that have your best interests in mind. And if you want to break it down even simpler than that, I like to listen to people who have proof that they have success, because I like to model myself after successful people, not just from their words, but also from their actions. And And that's something that you're going to find on this call tonight, ladies and gentlemen, is that, you're going to hear a lot of information, and you're going to hear it a certain way, and there's going to be an energy that I'm going to be able to speak with, because I'm truly excited, and I truly love the opportunity to speak on this platform whenever I'm called to serve. And you're going to be able to receive things differently than other people. So make sure that you don't take that for granted, ladies and gentlemen. And if you happen to, miss something, or you didn't get to listen to it all, or you're listening to this on one of the reviews or the replays, just take the time, invest the time to do that properly. So going forward tonight, what I want to do is make sure that, that you get all your, you get all of your social media out of the way. Make sure that you've got your team on the call. Give them a quick shout, give them a tweet, give them a text, a WhatsApp, whatever it is, however you communicate with your team. Maybe if you've got, only got yourself, then, it's time for you to start to build that team. Get those messages out that we're on the call here tonight, and there's going to be some great information that's going to be shared, and it's something that you feel is not worth missing. So, get that out there. Moving forward, what I want to talk about tonight is a couple of things. Very simple message tonight, because I believe that simplicity truly is the ultimate sophistication. And it's a fancy way of saying is that, simplicity is the best way, because if it's easy to do, people will do. If it's not, they won't. That's basically it. And I always like to speak very simply, because that's the way I understand it best. If I can have a simple set of instructions that I can follow, and I believe that by following those instructions, because of the proof that I've seen from other people doing those actions, I'm willing to do that, because, we know that inside of Organo is actually a business. It's not a hobby. It can be, in some cases it is. It's not something that if you take seriously will not give you great results, because we have this proven system of success. Before I get into the message today, before I get into the teaching today, what I want to do is I want to, remind you again, and of course you've been hearing this over the last, definitely over 2019 and definitely into 2018, you've been hearing about the great event that we have coming up next weekend. That's right, February 22nd to 24th in Las Vegas. At the Palms Resort, we have our very first 2019 event inside of Organo, the UTX. UTX, of course, stands for the Ultimate Training Experience. And that's going to be, again, held, as I said, at the Palms Resort this weekend. I'm sure that most of the people that are on this call here today have your tickets, and you are going, but I want to give you a simple piece of advice right here. I've attended every single event that I've ever qualified for. And in some cases, I didn't even qualify for, but I worked so that I could qualify for to get into these events. And I can tell you, over the last 11 years, the events that myself and my team have attended have literally changed the landscape of our business from where it began to where it is today, and where it continues to keep going. It's a very intelligent way for you to build your business, because what events do is they build belief. And anybody that believes bigger, they do more. And if you believe in something so strongly, and what it does is it gives you the motivation to keep moving every day. So the UTX, the first global event that Organo will be having in 2019, there's going to be some very special things that are going to be going on there. Of course, we've got, for the first time ever, what we call the Lifestyle Lounge, which is, going to be able to premiere some of the new product lines that we have. And I know that, most of you, if not all of you, have had a chance to see through social media, or actually, have inside of your house the new skincare line. And of course, we're all covered in skin, hopefully. And that skin is our largest organ, and it's something that we need to take care of on a daily basis, of course. And our new BU line, BEU, I love that name, because really, isn't that what life is about, is just being you. And I love the way that they have packaged it. And Rhonda, my business partner, my wife, my best friend, she loves it. She loves the product that is coming in. It's a small sample package that come in, the oils and the creams. I'm using them as well. We live up here in the frozen tundra of Canada. Right now outside, it's about minus 20 degrees, and I'm not exaggerating. We've got many, many feet of snow in our yard, but we love it, right? I mean, Canada is a beautiful country, a place where I was born, where I continue to raise my family, but it's very dry. And I can tell you that, with the travels that I do all around the world, I'm in many places around the world where there's a lot more humidity. And in Canada, primarily where I live in the prairies, it's very, very dry, and your lips are always dry, and your skin is always dry, and the water is hard. So it's very nice to have this moisturizer and this skin, it helps your skin to just feel a little bit better. And we're going to have some amazing demonstrations. We're going to have facial treatment things. And I know that a lot of the ladies will be very interested in that. Gentlemen, I can honestly say I've never really had a facial, but I love the way that it makes my face feel when I do have, proper hydration on my face, and it's great. My hands as well. And I can tell you that it's truly a product for everybody. So we're going to have some great demonstrations there. There's going to be a workshop, a skincare workshop that's going to be available for people that are attending the event. We're also going to have inside the lifestyle bar, or the lifestyle lounge. Sorry, we're going to have tasting bar where we can try some of the products in case you haven't, of course, had a chance to do that. Maybe some of the iced products that we can do as well, like iced lattes, iced mochas, things like that. A lot of great recipes out there that you can use the products, because really, ladies and gentlemen, the key to the success inside of Organo is people using the products every day. Because again, simple question that we ask people all the time is, you're a coffee drinker? Yeah, I'm a coffee drinker. I love it. Question is when are you going to stop? The answer is always like this. What are you talking about? Crazy face, and they have to listen to the question again, because they're never going to stop, because it's their right to be able to enjoy their favorite beverage, and they fight for that right every day. And you better not take that right away from me. I'm never going to stop drinking my coffee. Great, we love that. That's perfect. That's just more proof that our product is so powerful, and we just love that. So again, Las Vegas, another special event that we have on February 22nd for qualified partners that we have. Mr. Holton Buggs, none of the Mr. Holton Buggs, master trainer, world famous trainer that has impacted literally millions of people's lives and changed them along the way, is going to be doing an actual training from 9 p.m. to 1 at the Palms Resort. So if you're qualified to do that, I think the qualifications were very, very simple. Basic qualifications were, re-qualified as I believe a platinum elite, platinum or platinum elite. You'd have to check in the back office. You've, between a certain period of time, between last year and this year, you've sponsored at least 2 packages, and you have, of course, are staying at the Palms Resort. And again, it's not that the company is making money. They're really not. The company is not making money from you staying at the Palm Resort, but the company has gone out of its way to actually secure room blocks at a special rate so that you are in the place where the action is happening, as Dr. Bob spoke about the other day on his call. Is that, it's important that you have the energy and you're in that community of people that are happening every day. And I know that, you might know somebody there, or maybe you got a better deal over here or something like that. There's a lot of hotels inside Vegas. And, but I'm telling you right now that it's, if you want to maximize your results from this event, going in with a plan, knowing that, you're going there on a mission, you're going there to achieve something big. And when you leave that event, you're going to have a plan of action set for 2019. If you already don't have one, if you do have one, you're going to amplify that plan and just get it going. And the final piece of advice that I have when you're attending events, ladies and gentlemen, this happens all the time without a doubt. This is what's going to happen is when you leave that event, you are going to be jacked up. You are going to be on fire. And the first thing that you're going to think to yourself, and the biggest regret that you're going to have, ladies and gentlemen, is that you didn't bring enough people with you. If you're coming alone, make it the last time that ever happens. If you're coming with a team, make sure that team continues to grow. I can tell you over the last 11 years, the major part of our success doing millions of dollars worth of revenue, millions of dollars worth of sales in many, many countries around the world, excuse me, many countries around the world, I can tell you that our success has come from event to event. We've used the events to build the excitement and to build the belief from people all around the world, making that sacrifice for them to come in. Excuse me. So those are my announcements for tonight. I wanted to make sure that everybody was on page and knew what was coming up. And if you're not, I mean, even today, if you weren't planning on going, I think you need to change your plans. You know, you've got something else planned for that weekend, or you don't have the money, or you don't have this. These are all things that are just keeping you from your ultimate success. And when you take a look at your success in life today, and I'm going to get real with you, because I believe that I don't want to waste your time. I don't want to sugarcoat, this business for anyone. I want to make sure, and I respect you enough on this call here today to let you know that I'm going to give you the truth all the time, because that's all I know how to do. And it's the reason why, we've achieved our success, that we have today, is because people were real with us. They gave us the real advice. They were honest and they were transparent. And I'm going to give you that advice tonight. And I'm going to start with this one way I always like to talk. I say, look, your success is your fault. So I'll say that again. Your success is your fault. So if your success is your fault, that means you have a choice of how you can create that success. And that's what I want you to understand, is that when you start understanding that nothing happens to you, it happens because of you, then all of a sudden there's a shift in what happens inside of your life, because now you've taken responsibility for your success, because it is your fault. See, when you reach those, levels of success, even inside of Organo, even outside of Organo, those income levels of success, you're able to move from maybe, this size house to another house, or maybe get another car in the family, or, maybe be able to put your kids into things that, otherwise you couldn't do, if that's important to you. When that happens, those are levels of success, ladies and gentlemen. When you reach those levels of success, that's because of you. You did that. Organo is a vehicle. Organo is a product provider. It provides you with an opportunity to share products that people want. This is huge. They want, they need, and they can't afford not to use. And that is amazing when you really think about what it is that we have for people to try. And the way that we can get them to try it is so simple. It's so successful, and we have so much proof that it works over the last 11 years and growing. So tonight, what I want to talk about is the 3 Ps, and I love to talk about this because it is the foundation of how everyone needs to build their business inside of Organo. And the 3 Ps are simply this: is people, products, and the proof is what I'm going to talk about tonight. So again, let me start from really the beginning here and let you know this, is that Organo is a business. Organo is your business. And if you're interested in building your business, being on this Millionaire Mentorship call is a very good, very wise strategy for you to continue to keep doing over and over again. Now, getting onto the calls live is usually best because you get the information firsthand. But if you can't get on the calls live, make sure that you schedule time to review the replays. And I would also recommend that you listen to 1 or 2 other replays a week. Because again, the more information that you put into your mind, the more that it's going to motivate you in the right direction. And when you're doing things correctly, you're going to start to see those results. Because see, I've learned something a long time ago, even before I got introduced to the Organo business, is that, see, I've met many people who are very good at doing the wrong things. I'll say that again. I've met many people who become experts at doing things that get no results. Like, I know a lot of people, maybe you know people like this too. I know a lot of people who are absolutely experts at complaining about how hard life is. I know many people who are experts at creating excuses why things happen to them. You know anybody like that? Remember what I said, it doesn't happen to you, it happens because of you. So I know many people like that. So they're very good and they've practiced for years, decades at doing the wrong thing. So I want to make sure that maybe you start to practice doing the things that actually create results. Now, if inside of Organo, you're looking for results, you've obviously probably thought of what you would like to achieve. And this is really one of the most important things that you need to identify right from the beginning is, what is it that you're looking for? As I mentioned earlier, this is a business and you need to focus your time and your energy on the right things. So the question you ask yourself is, what are you looking for? Are you looking for a small additional stream of income, maybe a few $100s extra a month for doing a few simple things inside of Organo? You know, maybe sharing some products and talking to a few people and maybe creating a small customer base that would pay you a small profit for each product that you actually sell, because that's available inside of Organo, absolutely. Or you're looking for something maybe a little bit more significant, you know, maybe something that might replace your current stream of income, or maybe you're just looking to create an additional stream of income, which is very smart. You know, if your entire income is generated from your effort alone, that's risky. And this is business advice, ladies and gentlemen, that's risky. Because if your 100% of your income is dependent 100% upon your effort, you know, things change, things happen. And if you're not prepared for that, your income gets affected very quickly. So additional streams of income, very, very good strategy for you to continue to keep doing. So focus is the key, understanding how to direct your efforts to maximize your results. So on this call tonight, my goal is to help you to get to the top, to reach your goals, exceed your goals, and continue to grow your goals. And when you get to the top, I want to make sure you stay there. I want to make sure you develop through time. I want to make sure you develop the habits necessary for you not only to make it to the top, to reach your goals, to exceed your goals, but to stay there and grow them. I want you to grow continuously through this business. And that's what has been my experience over the last, 10 years plus. So one of the most important things that I've come to realize inside of this business particularly is that leadership is an important part of your process to success. And as you continue to keep growing through this business, if you're just getting started or you've been in it for a while and you're maybe stalled or you haven't quite reached the levels of success that you're looking for, following the proper leadership, the examples of success is a very simple way. See, if you're walking through a minefield, picture this, you're walking through a minefield, would it be better for you to have somebody to follow in their footsteps, or would you rather be walking to the left or to the right or in front of them in a minefield? See, let someone who knows where the mines are walk you through the minefield. Follow the success, because this is very important. So many times I speak to people who struggle and they're very frustrated with their results, in various different ways. And after speaking to them for a short period of time, it becomes very evident to them, as well as to myself, which I already knew, that it just takes a few small changes to make a big difference in your life. So once you've determined what it is that you want, you got to write it down. So write it down. Write down your goals very simply. Take your journal. If you don't have a journal, you don't have a book, you don't have something that you continuously look at and review every day. What did I do yesterday? What am I going to do today? What is my plans going forward? See, you got to write it down and you got to look at it every day. See, it's just like a book. When you're reading books, I'm reading a great book right now called The Everything Store by Brad Stone. It's the Jeff Bezos and Amazon story. I'm going to talk about this tonight. This is a great example of what I want to talk about tonight. But see, those are words. Those are other people's experiences, and they mean nothing, and they have zero value unless I can take something from what I'm reading and actually apply it to what's going on in my life today. So again, very simple instructions, but it's also very simple to keep doing, or well, I won't say it's simple, but it's easier to keep doing what you're comfortable with. See, in this business, if you're not uncomfortable most of the time, you're probably not growing enough. See, when you get comfortable, it's a very good indicator to you that maybe you've stopped working. And if you're comfortable and you're satisfied with where you are today in your business, with your results, then stay there, no problem. But if you're looking for more, you're going to have to do more. That's simple, right? To achieve more, to receive more, you got to do more. And it's not always the hard things that you got to do more of. In most cases, actually very simple things that you need to do that you weren't aware of. But you got to do the work, and you got to be dedicated. It was Dr. Bob the other day on his call. He quoted a great quote. And I wanted to bring up consistency, carves, canyons. And I love that. When he used the analogy of the Grand Canyon, the Colorado River at one time, millions and millions of years ago, was on top of the canyon. And over millions and millions, 70 million years, some say between 66 and 70 million years, it took that river running consistently to carve the canyon, the Grand Canyon, almost a mile deep. But it never stopped. It continued to keep running, and it cut through stone. And that's a great story to think about. That's a great analogy when you think that, at any time, if that river was diverted or stopped running, there would be no Grand Canyon. And so that's the results of a consistent and persistent action. So again, number one, determine what you want to achieve. Be specific in the goal. Be specific. Be brave in your goals. Dream big. Become what you want to achieve. Be the change that you wish for. Simple, right? These are all things that you've heard of before. But again, you've got to be able to do that. So, Napoleon Hill in the book Think and Grow Rich, which again, if it's a book that you've never heard of, you're hearing of it now. This, in my opinion, is essential reading in any person who is looking to achieve anything in life, whether it's business, whether it's personal development, whether it's both, and usually it is. And of course, Organo has an exclusive collaboration with the Napoleon Hill World Learning Center in the book Think and Grow Rich. And Dr. Napoleon Hill talks, and gives instructions on the system of success, almost 100 years ago. And even today, the success philosophy, success principles are even more relevant today than probably they were 100 years ago. So it's right. And he speaks about the starting point of all success is desire. Your mind is the most powerful motivator, but it's also, and it can be, the most powerful demotivator. See, whatever you think about, you bring about. So remember, it's about mindset. First you have to believe it, right? Believe it, then you can achieve it. Because with belief, all things are possible. So when you truly commit to something, this is another thing that I want to get into before I give you the specifics. When you simply simply commit to something, you make a decision. What happens is the other decisions become much more clear. So make a decision that you will achieve something. You will reach this goal. And when you make that decision and you stick to that decision, what happens is all your other decisions become much easier. You don't have to continue to keep second guessing yourself. Am I on the right path? Am I doing the right thing? Am I doing this? Keep to the system. Write down your goals. Look at them every day and simply start with a plan. It's okay to be on this call here today and get this information and to write it down and to get yourself motivated. It's easy to be motivated on a call like this. Every week, Sunday, I can get motivated on the call by listening to any one of the great presenters because they have great energy, they have great advice, they have great strategy, and it's easy. But what happens when the call's over? We only got 60 minutes and now we've got 25 minutes or so. We're going to be done. What happens after the call? See, what I've learned is success in most parts has been created by yourself when nobody's looking. So when you're at home, when nobody's watching you or you're not being motivated or directed, what are you doing? What are you doing every day? Are you doing the work? Because you're celebrated for what you do when no one's looking. So remember that, is that it takes commitment and it takes discipline for you to be able to do that. So let's talk about the first P. Now we talk about people, and people are so important. In fact, people are the power that drives Organo. And I don't know if you've ever read about or listened to or watched any video on Jack Ma. Of course, the owner of Alibaba, one of the largest businesses in the world, one of the largest, most successful businesses in the world out of China. And he's been quoted as a great story. School teacher, applied to Harvard 10 times, didn't get in. He even applied to be a server at Kentucky Fried Chicken, and there was 20 positions available, and he didn't even get that. He was the 21st applicant, and I mean, so many failures, so many disappointments, so many people said no to this guy, so many. But he had a vision and he had a mission. He wrote it down. He looked at it every day and he worked his plan. And today, one of the most successful people in the world. And he's been quoted as saying that it does not matter how smart you think you are. If you cannot work with people, you will not succeed. I love that because very simple. It's not very philosophical. So it doesn't matter. I'm a smart guy. I know everything. Yeah, sure. And I don't need people. No, I'm not. That's wrong. Smart guy, Jack Ma, very successful, said, look, doesn't matter how smart you are. If you cannot work with people, you will not reach success. Okay, very simple. So this is the advice that we have. And then I talk about, with Jeff Bezos. Jeff Bezos, we all know that, the Amazon story, you may have been keeping up on that, but recently, he has been, documented as the richest person in the world, and his net worth is well in excess of 100 billion USD. So he's worth more than 100 billion USD. I follow the sort of the Forbes 500, and I follow the richest people in the world. I like to read about and I like to study success. And I like to read and study about, people, how they've done it in different industries and so on and so forth. And his is an interesting story. So I got the book again, and I would recommend that you, if you look at things like this and you've got the commitment to be able to do this, this book is called The Everything Store by Brad Stone. And it's interesting because I'm reading this and we know Amazon for what it is right now, it's a company worth about 700 billion USD, and it's just massive success story. But you read about the story about how he started out, it was, a 20 plus year company. And for years and years and years, The company made no money. They lost money, made mistakes. They continued to, do things and drive the ship and go this way and go that way and just made adjustments. And for years they were losing millions and millions of dollars, billions of dollars in some cases. But I can tell you that they always had one standard core value, and that was the customer, the people. Their mission has always been to give their customers no reason to leave their site. They Jeff Bezos is adamant in that, we got to enhance the customer experience, and it's amazing when you look at his dedication and his discipline to this one thing with all the things that have changed in that business. And I mean, it's amazing that, I can give some of the stats and I like proof, right? One of the P's is proof. So I like to see exactly what happens. And it's great to be able to read about something that happened 20 years ago. And now we're seeing it today, what it took to get there. We can use that as a life lesson. In 1998, when, their opening stock price was about $4, not sure if you're familiar with, the stock exchange, how that works, but you can actually invest in companies like Amazon because they're a publicly traded company, meaning that you can take some of your own capital, put it into businesses like that, same as like with Facebook or Google, these kind of things. And you can continue to, watch them grow, put your money into that. And so, people have done that in the billions and done. So in 1998, their year low was about $4.26 a stock. Fast forward to 2019 and we've got a high in 2019. They've hit $1,736 for one share of Amazon. They've got a market cap, meaning that their overall, value, $789 billion company, and their profits per year now. Remember I told you, 10 years ago, 15 years ago, they're losing millions of dollars a year, continuing to keep growing and investing back into their company with the sole thing in their mind to make sure that the customer experience is enhanced. Take care of your customers and the customers will take care of the business. Now they're seeing profits in excess of $230 billion a year. So you can see that from this dedication, it's an example, dedication of that Jeff Bezos had said, look, we are going to do everything we can to make sure that our customers, our people, the people that use our service are taken care of. So I look at this and I say, wow, when we look at Organo and we say that the people are the most important power inside of Organo. Why? Because the people are the ones that matter most. They're the ones that are going to use the second P, which is our products. And isn't it amazing that someone with zero experience like myself and Rhonda, who have zero experience in the network marketing industry up until 2008, traditional business people who, again, worked with people, we provided services for people in different industries and we made a pretty good living, but it was intense. It took a lot of energy. It took a lot of capital and it took all of our time. So we risked everything with our businesses to provide proper service for, our customers and our people. And this was, primarily before Rhonda and I, had any children. We've been married, in June will be 28 years. 28 years we've been married, 27 or 28 years. It's amazing. And, we met each other in grade 10, in high school at 15 years old, and we've been together ever since. And we never had our children, we never had our family for the first 13 years that we were married, so that we built our businesses. We committed to building business and we got money out of the way by the time we were 35 years old and we started our family. And I can tell you that the sacrifice and the things we learned from that experience showed us how much more we could appreciate the network marketing industry and the model that Organo had provided, giving us an opportunity to build a business with people instead of having people work for us, and we take all the risk. and we have all the liability. Now we can actually work with people and have partnerships around the world. So now we took, in essence, what we did is we took our effort, which was in essence, 100% of our own. So 100% of our effort created our income. Now what we did is we looked at this and said, look, let's take 1% of 100 people's efforts. It's a great strategy. You've got thousands of people around the world that are doing something different every day, providing a little bit of or a lot extra income into their household, and you're actually able to celebrate with them and to profit from them, with them in the business. And this is very, very exciting. And it changed our whole mindset about working smarter instead of harder. Because our products, again, ladies and gentlemen, these are products that people want, need, and can afford. I mean, we've got our teas, we've got our coffee, we've got our lattes, we've got our black coffee, we've got our OGX Phoenix line, we've got our XT and our DX, our energy drink line. We've got something for everybody. And now we add to that even more, a $200 to $300 billion industry in the skincare line, which is amazing. So now we have another additional stream of income that we can add to our already exciting and profitable business model. So, I've come up with this basic way of explaining this business through my experience, and it's this: there's nothing more there's nothing more powerful than a sample and a smile, because everyone is interested in something that they already perceive value from, and we're willing to give it to them for free by simply just asking for a few pieces of information. You just want to know how it tastes. What's their opinion? Everybody loves to give their opinion. And really pay attention to how you feel. I'd really love to know how you feel after drinking 1 or 2 cups of your favorite beverage as compared to when you usually drink the brand that you do now. Because really what I'm looking for is I'm just looking for you to change, not your habit. That's hard. I'm just looking for you to consider a new brand. And the first one or 2 is on me. See? Very, very awesome. Very awesome. So the powerful, the product is so powerful. It is literally it's the ammunition that we need to grow our business. So we concentrate on our people. We concentrate on people, period. Building relationships, building conversations. This is the work part, ladies and gentlemen. We've got to do a little bit of the work. And I'm not going to talk about that tonight, but I'm just giving you the step-by-step instructions that you need is to focus on people. Without people, you do not have, and you will not have success. We've proven that. We've read about it. We've researched it. That is the truth. People are the power of Organo. The product, world class, nothing like it in the world. And of course, we have, inside of all of our product, we have the real star of the show, which of course is our Ganoderma. All of our products, beverages, shakes, have the exclusive Ganoderma product inside. And if you don't know what the Ganoderma is, it truly is a secret weapon that creates so much change in people's lives. And it brings me to my last point, the last P, which is proof. And proof simply is this, ladies and gentlemen. Proof, I believe that evidence is the cure of all doubt. If you love the way my product tastes and you continue to keep using the product, I would really love to hear from you in a short period of time how it makes you feel. And ladies and gentlemen, that's where the testimonials come in. Make sure that people are willing to give you their opinions on how the coffee makes them taste, how the shake, or how they've reshaped their lives because of the product. The energy drinks. I tell the stories all the time about how the product is affecting my personal family every day. I've got two boys that are in high level sports, and they're continuously using our products every single day. The XT, the DX, the shakes, every day. Every day, it's not just to lose weight, it's also to gain muscle. because of the product that we have, we can do that. And I can tell you, kids love the iced lattes. They love the iced mochas. Rhonda and I consume, the products every single day and have been continuing to do that for years. And I can tell you that one of the most powerful ways that we are able to create profit inside of our business is based on people using the products every day. And we're continuously updating and asking people to give us their testimonials. And we call it our coincidence book, because again, inside of Organo, we don't need to make, and we never have made, income claims or health claims. We don't have to do that, because people just say, look, I don't know what it is, but when I drink this coffee, I feel this way. Or when I take this shake, this is what's happened to me every day. So those testimonials are the key to you building the story. Because see, people, just like on this call today, we talked about a lot of things, and in most cases, you're not going to remember everything that I said, but you will, I anticipate, you will remember how you feel right now and on this call and immediately after. And that feeling is what you're going to remember. So my purpose on this call here today was to share with you simple strategies to build a successful business inside of this business that we call Organo. Because this is, again, the Millionaire Mentorship call, which is $1 million information. And if you take this information and you actually, in your mind, you say, look, that call today was worth $1 million to me. I got $1 million worth of information on that, because I'm going to take that information, I'm going to apply that information, and I'm going to hit my goals, because this made sense today. People are important. The product, absolutely got to keep the product rolling. It's a thing that is going to continue to keep paying you forever. And then, of course, the proof. People's stories are powerful. People always remember how you made them feel more than what you said. So remember that, ladies and gentlemen. It's always about that. So I had other things that I wanted to speak about, but I think that we're getting to the point right now where you've got enough information. Every time we get onto these calls, you'll find that the panelists, the mentors on the calls, they will spend most of their time telling stories, because the stories are so powerful. It's the things that you're going to remember most. Simple instructions on how to dedicate a certain amount of time every day in your business to create the success that you're looking for. See, you've got to do the work, ladies and gentlemen, but I want to make sure that you understand that it's very easy for you to concentrate on the wrong things, or the things that are not going to get you the results or are not effective. So I don't want you to fool yourself into thinking that you're actually doing the right things to get the results that you're looking for. If you find through review that you're not reaching your goals, what you got to do is you've got to redirect. See, it's never about failure. It's never about you didn't do it right or you didn't do it wrong. It's about a redirection. So every wall that you might hit, every rejection that you might come across is not the end. It's just simply a redirect. We can go around it or we can go over it. Whatever way, it's all about the attitude that we have. And when you're working with people inside of this business, ladies and gentlemen, there's really going to be 5 types of people that you're going to, and I'll go quickly over this. It's really going to be 5 types of people that you're going to continuously be around. And it's important that if you can recognize the type of person that these might be, it'll get you to your goals quicker. You'll be more efficient in your activities. Because every day we have to continue to do what I like to call IPAs. And IPAs are income producing activities. So IPA, income producing activities. If every day you're not doing an IPA, income producing activity, what's going to happen is you're not going to produce any income. So the goal of a business is to produce profit. Let's get that very clear. If you're interested in this as a hobby or as just simply as a customer, or you would just like to get your product for free, that's absolutely no problem. You can do that. It's going to take less effort, of course, just to be a tourist inside of this business. And we love our customers. We love our tourists because they're using our products. They're telling the story. They're sharing their experiences. It's absolutely critical. But if you're interested in actually building this and turning this into something that can pay you for generations, you got to be able to recognize some of the signs. So 5 people that you're going to run into this business, and I'm going to tell you, how much time to give each one of them. So you're going to run into people that are unmotivatable. So unmotivatable people are people that don't want to listen to you about your products, your plan. They don't care about what's going on in your life. They don't, we all know people like that. Usually our family members, mine for sure. How much time do we give them? 0 time. So they're unmotivatable, 0 time. We've got the unmotivated people. Now these unmotivated people, you probably know a lot of them too, because I do too, and they're very close to me. Because usually when we get started in this business, ladies and gentlemen, you're going to start with the people that you feel the most comfortable with, and that's usually your family. That's usually people that you've known, your friends, your family, and they're usually going to be the ones that are going to be the most, non-supportive. It was for me anyway, that's for sure. I had to go outside of that sphere of influence to get some results. So you're going to run into the unmotivated people. Now these unmotivated people, they're just simply what I like to call incubators. So by them giving them some product, letting them try it, maybe giving it to them for free and just, getting their stories. An unmotivated person can become motivated, so let them work through that process. Don't push them, let the product do the work. So, a person that, third type of person is unmotivatable, or motivatable. So a motivatable person is a person who, they get the product and they're hungry. They got dreams, they got goals, they want to do something. So these are people that you want to give some significant time to, because you can start to work with them as one of your business partners. So they're motivatable. So they're like, yeah, you know what? I like this. This is good. You should look at the plan. I've seen the videos. I've been on the Millionaire Mentorship call. This is good. I like it. Yeah, let's do something together. And then you run into, and you'll find the motivated people. So these are people that are already, they've got this. They're already moving. They're showing the plan. They're out there. They're sampling 2 a day. They're following their system. They've got their calendars booked. They're on all the calls. They're doing coffee and jazz mixers. They're meeting with people. So these are people that are motivated. So these people, you want to support them, but you also want to show them that you're with them in the business. So you don't have to be in their business, but you got to show them that, hey, I'm also motivated. I'm moving. So you know what? You have to show them the way, and they'll become even more motivated. So you want to make sure that you become a better example to motivated people because they're moving. And then you have the people like, maybe it's like yourself, maybe it's a person like myself, and I believe myself to be a motivator, meaning that I am definitely motivated. I definitely do the activity every day. I definitely walk the walk and talk the talk. So I'm a motivator, and those types of people, you probably want to just get out of the way of them and let them run. These are going to be your diamonds. These are going to be your blue diamonds, your black diamonds, and all the people that are running up to rank. You don't have to really direct them anymore, but what you need to do is you need to become a motivator yourself, and you need to become that better example with them because there's power in a group. So the more people that you have together, it's like a battery. The more batteries you have together, the more power you have to generate the city. So it's great. So ladies and gentlemen, that's my message for today. Remember that we've got the basic 3 Ps. We got people, we got products, and we got the proof. We got to continuously keep using that because remember, people will tend to, move away from business, move away from the business of Organo on occasion, but people very rarely move away from the products. So as you're building your business through promotion, meaning that you're promoting the business, you're growing the business, you're also promoting the consumption, the use of the product. You need to be able to keep those 2 lines close together. So we promote the business and we consume the products. And as those continue to grow over time, what's going to happen is that's going to create your long-term residual income, and your promotion will increase your residual. So your promotion, or when you're out there showing the packs and building the business, it'll increase your residual income all the time. So the act of doing both at the same time. So you're promoting the product, and you're promoting the packs, you're promoting the business, and people are using it. So as new people are coming in, they're doing the proper activities. And when that happens, now you've duplicated a successful business model for generations to come, because it's not going to stop. Ladies and gentlemen, I want to leave you with this one last, couple last things, and then I'm all done for tonight. And again, I really appreciate your attention to everything we talked about today. If you find some value in what we've done here today, write it down, review it, and get out there and do it. That's all I'm asking you to do. Get out there and do it, and show the world what it is that you believe that you have in your hands, and let them experience what you're experiencing every day. So, I want to leave you with this. There's nothing so useless as doing effectively that which should not be done at all. And that's this quote by Peter Drucker, who is, a famous Austrian-born American author, businessman, and truly an example out there for others to follow. And remember, ladies and gentlemen, adults smile about 40 times a day. Children smile 400 times a day. Smile more and receive more. Ladies and gentlemen, it's been my honor and my privilege to be with you tonight. Thank you for your time. Thank you for your attention. And remember, it's easy, it's simple, it's organo. We'll talk to you all soon. Have an amazing week. See you in UTX, Las Vegas next weekend. Bye now.